Now I'm unemployed, I have a ton of debt, and I'm also losing my health insurance.
Did it ever cross your mind that you could be fired in a second?
That part actually never crossed my mind.
Did your supervisor give you a reason for why you were getting fired?
They made it clear that I was not being terminated because of anything that
No better word than stupid, right? There is none.
My whole team was laid off today. Thanks to the Trump administration and DOGE, my entire team was laid off today. We've spent years of hard work trying just to understand how many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop. And now we'll never know. To the person that sent that video to corporate and got me fired, thank you.
No, he's great. I think he's doing a great job.
And I know that everybody is going to see this video too, and that's okay. I'm not going to say anything wrong. Did I realize that what I was saying in that video was going to lead to this? No, I would have never fucking done that. But it seems like with my life, no matter how hard I fucking try, I end up fucking shut up. But I know that everything happens for a fucking reason. And I may not know right now what that reason is, but eventually God will reveal that to me. I love helping addicts. I love helping people. This job stressed me the fuck out some days, but I didn't care.
I don't care. I don't care.
Because it was worth it, because I was helping people. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. My daughter is about to go to college, and I don't know now how I'm going to pay for that, but I know that I'll figure it out. And if you want to send this video to corporate too, that's fine. But to anybody that creates content, if you work at a treatment facility, if you work in healthcare, watch what you say very carefully, because it doesn't matter if you don't speak somebody's name. Just describing a situation is enough to get you fired. I did not know that, but now I sure do now. I don't know what I'm meant to do in this life. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I am trying to follow the path that I thought God had for me and wanted for me, but I just keep getting thrown different ways. Maybe I make stupid decisions, yes, but my intentions are always fucking good.
Guess who just got fired via phone call?
He's fired!
Me! I was a forestry technician for the USDA Forest Service, and my crew dealt with timber sales and management. So think salvage sales, wildfire mitigation, American lumber product, forest and ecosystem health. So I was still in my probationary period, and I was 3 months away from getting my 1 year. I have put 5 years of my career into public service and natural resources, and this is how we are getting treated right now. Now, my supervisor can't answer any of my questions.
I don't know the answer to that.
Like, what's going to happen to my last paycheck because they're going to log us out and we won't be able to put in our time? What's going to happen to my health insurance? Am I going to get my separation form, my final one? Because I need that paperwork to apply for unemployment. And these are not merit-based firings. All of my performance reviews my entire career have been stellar. Nothing under fully successful. And the legality of this is questionable at best. So I guess if anybody knows any good federal employee lawyers or anyone I can talk to about this, because yeah, this is definitely making my life a lot harder right now. I had to get put on anxiety medication because of all of this stress. It kind of felt a little bit like a weight was lifted off my shoulders when I got the phone call, because now I don't have to worry if I'm going to be fired anymore because it already happened. But, you know, just fucking ridiculous. It's very much giving tech bro layoff. And for those who don't know, there are certain processes and procedures that must be done before a reduction in force can be enacted. And according to my supervisor, they had zero prior knowledge that this was about to happen. So let's see what happens next, I guess.
Next! I mean, it wasn't a legal firing. My performance was good. I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing. I was even one of those government employees that went every day of the week. I had to report every Monday through Friday, 7 to 3:30. That was my tour duty, and that's what I served. And here I am. I was a Trump supporter.
Wrong.
You know, when he talks about government waste and all that, yes, I'm behind it. I believe there is a lot of stuff in the government that needs fixing. And that's part of the reason why I actually wanted to work for the government, actually, to help change the things that are wrong in the world, you know? And I thought that someone with like his business acumen would have come in with a fine-tooth comb and actually found it, instead of coming in with a wrecking ball and destroying people's lives for no reason.
I'm not going to comment on that. I'll get fined for the rest of my life if I get commented on that.
Can you tell us what your message is to these senators while we're walking?
I think it's really cruel to fire people for poor performance when they've only had great feedback. We've never had an issue with our performance, and we're doing work for the American public. We're here for safety, and we're patriots. We love our country. That's why we're taking these jobs that don't pay us in the private sector. I'm an accountant. I could get a private sector job tomorrow, but
I don't know what to do. I lost my job. It's the first time I've ever been fired. I don't know what to do now. I was in charge of my department. Like, what? They couldn't keep me, at least. We had 2 functions in my department. The first one was handing out golden condoms to leprechauns, and we chased those little shits. I mean, we chased them, but you couldn't catch them. But we weren't done.
And I'm done. I'm done.
We weren't done till we caught them. So that's left on my desk. And the other one was to measure how loud a cricket farts.
My favorite thing that Republicans do, and they all do this, is whenever they repost that little Facebook message and it's like, if Jesus were here today, you guys would hate him and stone him. Babes, I'm gonna hold onto your upper lip before you show me your ass gummy smile when I tell you this. Jesus Christ would have been a f***ing socialist. When in the hell would Jesus Christ ever deny somebody health care? When in the hell would Jesus Christ be like, go back to your country? When in the hell would Jesus Christ be like, oh, you're poor? Just work hard.
we just found out that Biden's parole in place was struck down. This was my husband's only chance to adjust his status. Someone in the school pickup just stopped to give me a hug, bawling my eyes out after I dropped off my kids. The fact that it was our own family and our friends who voted for the people who did this, saying they'll never get rid of DACA, they'll give citizenship to spouses. Stop making excuses for these people. If you believe that DACA should get citizenship, if you believe that spouses should get citizenship, don't vote for the people who are bringing these lawsuits in. What do I tell my kids? And I don't really know where we go from here. Devastating. absolutely devastating for us. Every Republican who voted saying family values, it's not.
I just got a letter that I'm supposed to leave United States. Minding you, I came here legally and I've been paying taxes all of this time. My dogs are here and I'm supposed to leave my dogs. Me and my mom, my dogs are gonna be here with my dad and I'm not gonna see them anymore.
The vet? No! No,
Let's
no,
go,
no.
buddy.
You tricked me!
I'm from Ukraine. There is still war in my country. My city is bombing every day. There's bombs in my city, like 5 of them every day. People are still dying. So I need to come back there to just die there. My face is falling because I've been crying all of this time. If you're thinking that they are deporting only like bad people, like rappers, or they are not. They're deporting everyone. I don't know what else to say. This is who you waited for. Look, you're proud. I came here legally. I've been paying taxes. Now I need to come back to war in my country, to bombs every day, minding you. I'm gonna leave my dogs here. I cannot take them. This is who you waited for. My dad is gonna stay here. They're gonna separate our family. This is who you fucking waited. Are you proud of it? Bing, bing, bong, bing, bong. Illegally people only? Bad people only?
I was in a very conservative household. My parents are doctors. My sister's an attorney. And it's been hard. Don't cry, suck it up.
Oh, don't do that. Don't cry.
Yes, ma'am. Anyway, last year in 2023, I went to the Grippy Socks hospital, shall we say. It was not my first time. It was not my second time. But this time I did allow my family to come see me. And when they came to visit, they asked, what can they do? Which was the first time I really had ever heard them say that. My father even apologized because he knew that some of the things that he had said and done to me as a child, and hell, even as an adult, impacted me and my mental health. By the way, my mother's a psychiatrist. Please keep that in mind. I asked my sister to be on my side sometimes. That's what I asked of her. Not to change politically, but to be on my side sometimes when my parents get on my case. That might look like her saying, I'm sorry they did that, Brittany. Or looking at my family and saying, guys, let's not talk about that right now. Let's not do that. From my parents, I asked them 2 things. I asked them not to speak on politics in front of me because they are ultra-conservative, MAGA, religious, Southern Baptist people. And I asked them not to ignore things anymore. They have a very waspy persona, if you know what that is, where we just smile and stay sweet for the neighbors, if you will, in case they're watching. My mother agreed, my father agreed, my sister agreed. My mother even suggested we do Zoom family therapy. That did not happen. There was really not much of a change from any of them. I now live in LA, and I went back to Minnesota, unfortunately, during the week of the election. It didn't go well. My mother FaceTimed me and my sister celebrating and dancing and smiling, and when I reminded her that I don't want to talk about that we don't need to do that, she continued to smile. And my sister didn't take my side. Shocking, I know. She said nothing. She walked away from the situation, didn't say anything to me. She heard me sniffling in the background after we got off the phone with my mom because I had watched a boundary be crossed. And she just came back in 5 minutes later and said, okay, ready to go? I told her this is why I don't go hang out with mom and dad on the holidays, and she got mad at me, so I just lost it on her. I was so upset that it didn't impact my family to see me in scrubs in a psych ward, knowing that my mental health and my boundaries have been fucked with by them for years. It didn't matter that they were a source of my trauma, and I had asked just basic things from them. I left her house immediately and no one said anything to me. A couple days ago, I sent an email to my mom, and I said very politely, I had people look at it, that I was very upset with the fact that my boundaries were continuing to be broken and crossed, that they continue to use bigoted language, that no one ever sees my side of things, and I just can't be in that space anymore. I live in a very diverse world, and I can't be around people that just speak with such hate and vitriol all the time. Empathy and learning is not on their radar anymore. So at the end of the email, I said, if you all would like to speak again with the use of a therapist or a mediator or counselor, I would be amenable to doing that if you all would, as I know it was a suggestion from Mom last year while I was in the hospital. My mom and dad took 3 days to write me back. And when they did, my mom said, in the 39 years that we've known you and loved you, we've done that out of the goodness of our heart. And I'm sorry, but it seems like we can never give you enough or do enough for you. I asked my psychiatrist mother to respect my boundaries and to maybe even do some family therapy. And my family said no. And it makes me sad because that means I probably won't get to see my niece and nephew for a long time, and I love them so very much. Get up, suck it up. But I also sit here and I think, this is another form of ending the cycle. This is another form of ending the cycle where we don't talk about things candidly, where we just forget that bad things have happened and we move on. I am ending that because my mental health matters and I matter. And I know it seems that it's all down to politics and stuff like that, but it's so much more than just political differences. It's this constant fear of letting them down. It's this cycle of anger and aggression and not listening to one another. And I want to encourage, much better. I want to encourage people to set boundaries and abide by them, even if it's so hard and it's breaking your heart. I love my family very much, but I can't love them if I'm not here. And so this is what I have to do. Also, family is who you choose. It doesn't have to be blood related. And I'm very grateful for my friends in my life who make it worth me sticking around. So I just needed a place to share that.
No better word than stupid. Right? There is none.